I'm Noelle Skaggs.
And I'm Fitz from Fitz and the Tantrums. Genesis of the first song or two was that I was going through a bad breakup and just needing to express myself and feel, and I wrote this song called Breaking the Chains of Love. And I knew in that moment that I wanted to create a band that had no guitars, an amazing co-lead vocalist, and a saxophone as one of the primary instruments. And I went to school with this guy, James King, in college, so I called him, and you know, he came over with all his saxes. We started building his horn section. I said, who can we call for female vocals that's just phenomenal? He said, there's one person only. He had just been on the road with Noelle for another gig, called Noelle, and that's sort of Shazam, Shazam.
When I first heard the music, there was a song called Darkest Street that was on our EP. That was our very first release, and that was the song that I really fell in love with. And you know, it's like when we got into rehearsal, it just really clicked. And it's very rare to find something like that. And it was just, you know, it was a natural happening. Nothing was forced. You know, like every show that we just did another one, and now 3 years later, we're doing more shows and, you know, radio and all kinds of things right now. So it was something that was just a natural progression versus it being kind of a forced issue. With our particular, you know, our style of music in general, we didn't want to go for the retro feel. We didn't want to be the, you know, the band that did exactly what was happening in the 60s. You know, like that's where it comes into play with all of the music that we listen to, kind of interplaying with what we do live. You know, it's a very, very modern feel to it. A lot of people say it reminds them of the, you know, more of the 80s kind of feel and the 70s, and you get all kinds of things when, you know, when you listen to our music.
It's like a hybrid, really, for us. We didn't want, like, as Noelle's saying, we didn't want to make a revival band. We definitely wanted to say, is there something new about soul music that we could say today? You know, and so for us, it's a mixture of soul, 67 AM radio, 80s British invasion bands. There's a hip-hop element to the backbeat of the record. So for us, it really is a mixture. And people all the time, they say, you guys sound old and new at the same time. And for us, that's the perfect compliment, because that's exactly what we wanted to try and achieve. We are such a band that's always touring and playing live that we played a lot of these songs before the record even came out, and we could tell every night people were like, what's that Money song? What's that Money Grabber song? So we knew when the record came out, we knew what the first single was going to be, because we could just see that that song had this crazy connection with people. It was a real moment of I was dating somebody and thought that I was in a relationship for love, and kind of had this punch in the gut moment where I realized the other person had slightly different motivation and ulterior motives. And
I think over time, though, the song has kind of changed out of just it being about a love thing. Like, I think people have matched it up to the economy and, you know, people stealing their pension, you know, like just Wall Street stuff.
It's taken on definitely a broader universal meaning now, for sure.
Yeah.
Stone glass, all I see, you talking double. By the time you say...
Soul music is resonating today because I think people are hungry for an authentic musical experience. They want emotion and heart. You know, there's so much processed music.
Yeah, they want singers. They want to have a good time. They want to be at a show where they feel like they can be themselves. If you've ever attended any of the shows, it's all about that. It's all about that energy, you know, and yeah, I loved listening to music like that when I was a kid. It was singable, like it was something that was stuck in my head. It had longevity, and I think that's what people want nowadays. You know, they don't want to just buy singles anymore. They want to buy the full record, you know. will be coming out with a new record sometime probably next year. We're going to be working this record for a little bit. It's only been out for a year. I know some people have been with us since, you know, the beginning, but, you know, it takes a while. It's still getting legs. We're just releasing it overseas. We're always writing, so we do have new songs.
We've been trying to also give people little new things, like you can go to our website and download the live version of Sweet Dreams. We'll probably release one new track somewhere between there just to give people something to listen to. What up, everybody? This is Fitz.
And I'm Noelle.
From Fitz and the Tantrums. Check out our show at the Dave Matthews Caravan in Atlantic City on Baeble.com.
So